Hi Pisces, welcome to Ashuna's Tarot. I went ahead and pre-shuffled and laid out the spread and connected to spirits. Don't hate me for this, Pisces. Don't hate me for this. I told Spirit, no more love readings, please. No more love readings. And what do we have here? Freaking love readings. So, I mean, I hope that doesn't scare you away because honestly, there's so many love readings within like the tarot verse, the tarot realm of things that I just didn't want to be another tarot reading that is all about love, which again, I told spirit, but I'm gonna have to channel this. So Pisces, this feels like something that is coming in. It doesn't feel like a past dynamic, and it doesn't feel like it would be somebody that you've already met. I have to be honest, okay? Because this feels like new, okay? It feels like a new person, because with 3 of Cups and 10 of Swords, 3 of Cups is coming together, reunions, and then 10 of Swords is having to end it and walk away. So whatever you had to end and walk away from in the past, like you're moving on from the 10 of Swords on, okay? Like you're not going to the past. Does that make sense? So whatever this connection or whoever this person would be somebody coming in this next cycle or this next phase of your life, something that you're being prepared for, okay? So not like a toxic ex, not like a toxic connection. And I'm saying that specifically because of the 10 of Swords, because of the cycle that you've been through already, okay? So assuming that you're taking your lessons with you and you're following your guidance and your intuition, okay? And the reason why I say assuming is because 10 of Swords, there has been major endings. There has been many changes in your life and in your circumstance and the way that you go about things, okay? Like there's been many changes in regards to that. Many endings, okay? And so hence the lessons that you're taking with you. So what I'm seeing here is there's gonna be a connection in your life that is 2 givers, okay? And this is coming in like very strongly. It's gonna be like a 2 givers kind of connection. Because the connections that you've been in before, when there's a giver and there's a taker, it's still not balanced, okay? There's one person giving, there's one person taken. It's not balanced, okay? So when we think black and white, when we think opposites attract, that is not healthy, okay, in a connection, because one's gonna be exhausted and the other one's gonna be enabled, okay? So it doesn't do anything for the energy. If there's 2 givers, okay, as opposite or as like counterintuitive as this sounds, it does balance out, because one person is giving to another person and the other person is giving to the other, and it balances out, okay? So there's energy going, like the energy is flowing and the energy is also coming back. The energy that is being invested is bringing back returns. So it is balanced, okay? Again, I wouldn't know what a relationship between 2 takers would be like. That's not coming in, but what's coming in here is a relationship between 2 givers, okay? And we do have a lot of water here, so it feels like emotionally, Pisces, like this connection is going to be there, like emotionally. You're going to be emotionally connected to this connection. Because what I'm getting here for you, Pisces, is that some connections in your life have been mentally and like, you know, like what a sapiosexual is somebody who is attracted to intellect and intelligence, okay? And they find the mind very exciting and enticing. And so some people can be very good intellectually, and you can admire the way that their mind works, and you can admire the ideas and how their mind operates. And you know, like sometimes like we value intelligence, we value intellect, right? And so what I'm getting here, Pisces, with the Queen of Cups is that we've had relationships in the past where intellectually the connection is intense. Like you feel very intellectually connected to them and you admire their intellect or their intelligence, and you guys have a very good intellectual conversation where again, it can be more like a sapiosexual. It's somebody who gets attracted to intelligence. It's somebody who gets attracted to and is enticed by the other person's mind and how the mind works. And again, it's like this like mental it's like this mind sex kind of situation. Not that you're mentally, it's that you're mentally very attracted and enticed to this person or this connection, okay? Like that's what an intellectually based or intellectually arousing kind of connection can be like. And it's like, you've experienced that before. But when they have the intellectual side, they're lacking the spiritual side, or they're lacking the emotional side. So it's like you get this very intellectually enticing person and you connect very well on an intellectual level, but there's no emotional connection, which again is your main thing, Pisces. If there's no emotional connection with you, you're not feeling it. Doesn't matter how good intellectually they are. Doesn't matter if they're really tapped in spiritually. If you haven't emotionally connected to them, Pisces, there is no connection for you, because you are ruled by the water. So if they haven't shown you vulnerability, if they haven't shown you emotion, if they try to play it tough or try to stay closed off or reserved emotionally, then there is no connection established. Okay? So what I'm getting here, Pisces, is you had a lot of partners. You had a lot of people come in your life that are not necessarily compatible, right? They can be all there intellectually, and there can be a very strong intellectual connection, but maybe there's no spiritual connection. Maybe there is no emotional connection. Maybe there is no chemistry. Right? So what I'm getting here from like the Queen of Cups is like, you've had many different kinds of dynamics and partners come into your life. Some are very spiritually tapped in, right? But they can't hold a conversation with you, or maybe you don't align on certain things or beliefs, or maybe there is no passion there or chemistry there. Maybe you get a connection that is all fire and passionate, but maybe there's no spirituality or no conversation that comes from the connection. It's like you get one or the other, right? And for you, it hasn't been enough. Like, it hasn't been enough to satisfy what you look for in a connection. And again, you being the giver, them being the taker, an imbalance, right? An imbalance where you're always the giver and they're always a taker. No matter how many partners you've had in your life, it's like you've held this position of giving and they held the position of taking. And so what I'm seeing here with the Star, the Three of Cups, the Queen of Cups, the King of Cups, the Ace of Cups, the Knight of Cups, all right? I didn't want to do a love reading, Pisces. I promise you. Is that whatever this new connection is that you're being prepared for is going to be a connection between two givers. And I haven't received this message before, okay? I've received the message that it's a perpetual cycle of an imbalance, right? Like no give and take, no reciprocation, right? Like one-sided. And again, that always comes in because you show up as the giver, they show up as the taker. And so what I'm getting here is an entirely new dynamic between two givers, okay? Because your element, Pisces, is the Queen of Cups. Like, you are naturally a giver. You would be changing your genetic makeup. Like, you'd be changing so much about your essence if you tried not to be the giver, just to balance out a connection, because it's not who you are. It's just not who you are. Pisces, you're naturally giving. And if we were to like take you out of that element and make you a taker, it wouldn't make a healthy relationship. Does that make sense? So it's like your relationships in the past haven't been healthy because you've been the giver and they've been the taker. But if we were to make you a taker, it wouldn't make the relationship healthier. Okay? It would just take you out of your element and make you do something that is not natural to you. Okay? And so what I'm seeing here is this connection has been a long way coming, okay? This has been one of your heart's desires, one of your wish fulfillments, the Star, all right? You've dreamed about this, you fantasized about this, you've always wished for a connection like this. You haven't experienced one, you haven't seen anybody around you that has this level of connection. Like, you've seen a lot of relationships, you've seen a lot of couples, you've seen a lot of marriages, but you've never seen this level of connection that you yearn for, that you desire outside like of your imagination and your fantasies. Like, you haven't seen it anywhere. Like, again, for whoever this reading is, it feels very specific. Like, you haven't experienced this connection, not even from like a friend or a family member or somebody that you know, or even somebody that you look up to. Like, this connection that you crave and that you desire, you haven't seen. It's like maybe people try to showcase the highlights of their relationships on Instagram and stuff, but it's like, you know that it's lacking depth, and you know that it's not necessarily real. It's just a highlight. So the level of connection and this like happy ending, like true love kind of connection that you desire and is your wish fulfillment, you haven't seen outside of yourself. So sometimes you wonder if that's even possible, or if it's just a far-fetched dream. Sometimes you wonder if you're asking for too much, or if you should settle, because you've never experienced that connection, not even outside of yourself, like not even within other people. You haven't seen the type of connection that you crave in others. And so again, that makes it more special because it's that Star, it's that wish fulfillment. But at the same time, it also brings doubt of like, okay, oh shit, I haven't seen this before. Is it even possible? Can it even happen for me? How is it that I'm hoping for something that I've never seen or experienced before? And so again, that's the reason why it's the star. Okay, if not everybody would have a star out there, right? Like there'd be no point in trying to create these dreams and live them out. So Pisces, don't lose hope. Don't lose hope when it comes to love. Again, I didn't want to do a love reading, but here it is. I can't deny the cards that are on the table, okay? If I denied these cards, like, what would I be doing? Like, it doesn't make sense, Pisces. This is 100% a love reading. I'm sorry. I'm just gonna go there. Whoever this reading is for, I'm just gonna channel it for you, okay? Because I didn't want to do this kind of reading. And I know a lot of people don't want a love reading. There's so many out there. But whoever you are out there, if this is just one person, this message is coming out no matter what. Like, don't lose hope. Because even though that is a star, like this kind of dream and fantasy that you seek in love, it is a star, okay? So it's not commonly found. Not everybody has it. Not anybody can align to it or reel it in. It's a star. It's a star for a reason. It's up there. It's high up there for a reason, okay? For some, it takes lifetimes of aligning with that star. For others, they have to find a way to reel it in. But that hope that star is out there, and again, look at this, the star and then the Three of Cups. It's like all the stars are there. All the stars are aligning for this kind of union and connection to happen. And look at the color of the cards. Look how whimsical and magical this is. Like, this is fucking universal. It's like a universal kind of love that you're seeking. It's not even from this world. It's not even from this planet. It's so outside of here that's why you feel like it may never happen. Like, that's why you feel like it's a dream, because it's not like any connection that you've seen here on Earth. Whatever kind of love or intimacy or connection you're craving, it's like on a cosmic level, Pisces. Holy. This is insane. This just came in. You're seeking some kind of cosmic love. You're seeking some kind of universal cosmic connection. Are you wrong for it? No, Pisces, no. But I will tell you this, it's not commonly found here on Earth. The level of connection that you're seeking, Pisces, is cosmic, it's galactic, it's universal, okay? Here on Earth, we have relationships that can teach us so much about ourselves, but it rarely gets to this level. So this kind of connection and this kind of love that you're seeking, Pisces, can only work out with your divine counterpart, okay? It will not work out with a twin flame. It will not work out with a soulmate, because this level of love is galactic. Like, you're seeking some cosmic level kind of love, some universal kind of love in this connection where you just want to merge souls, okay? And so you're wondering, what the heck? How come I've been on Earth this entire time and never found anything like it, okay? The Empress in the reverse. I haven't seen signs of it. I haven't experienced it. I haven't seen anybody that has anything like it. So why is it that I have this heart's desire for something that is not even of this earth? Okay? The Empress, again, she has the world in her belly. The world's in the reverse. The Empress is in the reverse. It's like this kind of love, this kind of connection that you seek is not even from this world. It's light years beyond what we have going on right now. So Pisces, I don't blame you for having this longing for this kind of love. And I don't want to be cheesy and say, oh, never settle, or don't do that. But Pisces, like, if you want to take anything from this reading, is the fact that you even have that desire for that kind of love, for that kind of level of connection, it says a lot about you, Pisces. It says that you've already had it. And that's why you know that you don't have it now. And that's why you feel homesick. That's why you feel that longing. Because the connections that you've experienced here on Earth are nowhere near this cosmic love that you're wanting to experience, where you want to merge souls with somebody else. What we have here on Earth, nothing like that. And so, again, what I'm saying here, Pisces, is not to be cheesy and stuff, but don't settle, Pisces, because if you do have this as a heart's desire, it means that you've had it before. It means that you've already experienced it. And that's how you know what it even is to begin with. Again, you haven't had it here on Earth, but you've had it before. And that's why the longing is there. How could you long for something that you've never had? Impossible. You just don't have that experience. You just don't have that context. You don't know, just don't know that you don't even know. So how could you long for something that you've never had? So Pisces, we're onto something here. This kind of love, this kind of connection you've experienced before. Maybe in an ascended planet, maybe somewhere else. Here on Earth, you haven't, okay? Empress in the reverse. Here on Earth, you haven't had it. But you've had it before. And that's why that longing is there. So if that longing is there, meaning you've had it before, meaning you've experienced it before, maybe not here on Earth, but if you still have that heart's desire, it's possible to bring the star to Earth. It's possible to reel the star into Earth. It's possible to align yourself to the stars and manifest this cosmic kind of love, cosmic love, universal love, whatever this kind of connection is, Pisces. We're onto something here. We're onto something, okay? I know that you haven't seen signs of it here on Earth. I know that you haven't experienced it here on Earth. That's because it's not from Earth. This level of love and connection has been experienced in more advanced planets or in more advanced life forms or dimensions. Because here on Earth, we're still going through an ascension process. Here on Earth, we're still cleaning up a lot of things. We're still aligning. We're still even discovering how to connect with our higher selves. And it's like, there's a lot of work to be done here on Earth, okay? It is 3D. And mind you, the Empress is also number 3. It's the number 3. So here on Earth, there's a lot of changes and shifts that need to happen. And what they say about the light workers, what they say about starseeds, again, we come from very different places in the galaxy. We come from many lifetimes, many experiences, a lot of cosmic history to reincarnate and help bring more light, to help ascend another planet. So there's a lot of history. There's a lot of reincarnations and lifetimes. Again, I'm not sure what your belief system may be, but the reason why you long for something that you haven't had here is because you've had it before. Again, in another lifetime or outside of Earth, whatever it is. That's why you long for this kind of love. So no, you're not wrong for wanting it, okay? Just because you haven't seen it happen here on Earth doesn't mean that you can't have it, okay? You yourself are out of this world, Pisces. I mean, what can I say? Like, you're the 12th sign on the zodiac. Like, you know better than anybody else. If you live in the physical, in the metaphysical, okay? If you are between the 5D and the 3D, Pisces, who am I to say that you can't bring forth that kind of love from the 5D into the 3D? You very well can, and that's the reason why you even have these desires. Because you can bring them into fruition, because you can manifest them. It's going to be a lot of work, but it's possible. And so with the 3 of Cups, 7 of Wands, Queen of Cups, the Chariot, and the Strength, it's like, also look at this. They're both in the water, okay? So not of the earth, right? From the waters, spiritually connected, psychically in tune from the other world. Again, the waters represent the ethereal as well, the spirit realms, okay? And water is a universal element. Like, there's so many water planets out there in the galaxy, so it's so much, like, it's out of this earth, if that makes sense. So as you can see, they're already very whimsical, very magical, okay? A king and a queen, again, of the waters, of the ethereal, of the spiritual, coming into some kind of sacred union, right? In the water, meaning that they're still in the metaphysical, in the 5D. And that's how they manifest each other, in this union. But again, this union is a really healthy one. It's a connection between 2 givers. Again, could be another water sign, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, but it could just embody those qualities of a giver, because water is also represented by nourishment and giving, and it is the giving sign. So no, you're not wrong for wanting this kind of connection, Pisces. You're not wrong, and the reason why you even have that desire and that longing is because it's possible. And this feels like a divine counterpart, okay? With the Strength, is like, you've had to really, like, toughen up through all the heartbreaks and all the disappointments, and you really had to show up as a strong person all by yourself. You really had to become whole all by yourself, okay? You've been in your vortex, you've been creating, you've been charging forth with your dreams, your passions, your manifestations, all right? It's like you've aligned both your higher self and your lower self. Like, you've aligned them in a very good way to where you're very close to achieving your dreams and your goals. And as you're doing that, as you're following your divine path, as you're on your path of destiny, okay, following your callings, following your intuition, that is when you guys meet. First, what I'm getting here with this connection is like, first you guys are going to have spiritual encounters. So whether in the ethereal realm, whether astral projecting or astral traveling, or maybe in the dream world, whatever, okay? Like, you guys are going to have some kind of metaphysical encounter before it becomes physical, okay? You're going to start connecting on an ethereal spiritual level first, and then the connection, then the meeting is going to become physical, okay? So this is actually really important, okay? Whoever this divine counterpart is to you, I didn't want to do a love reading, but here it is. I can't deny the cards that are on the table. There is a passionate new beginning in love coming from you. And the kind of love that you desire is not from this world, okay? But it doesn't mean that you can't reel it in and bring it to this world. You can. You're a master manifester. Just because you haven't seen it in this world doesn't mean that you can't have it. You've had it before, and that's why you long for it. That's why you long for this kind of love. So this connection between these two divine counterparts is key information, okay? It's going to be two givers, which balances out the energies. Key information number 2, you guys are going to meet spiritually, like on a spiritual level, whether in the ethereal realm, in the dream state, in some kind of premonition, in some kind of like astral projection. I don't know, but you guys are going to have a spiritual encounter before you have a physical encounter, okay? After all the endings and all the walking away that you've had to do, you're getting a new beginning in love, okay? And there's an offer that is going to be made spiritually first, okay, before physical. So you guys are going to connect. I'm not sure if it's like your higher selves connecting in the ethereal realm or in the dream state. I don't know. But there's going to be a metaphysical or spiritual encounter first to where an offer is going to be made. And if that offer is aligned and accepted, you guys are going to have a physical encounter and a new beginning in love. And again, key information, it's a healthy relationship. Divine counterparts between two givers, okay? There's not going to be like a empath and a narcissist, a giver and a taker. Like, that's all past, okay? That's 2022. That's the reason why we have the Ten of Swords here, because those are unhealthy relationships and connections that are unbalanced that end in the Ten of Swords every time. So there's something different about this one, okay? Very different. It's out of this world. It's ethereal, happens spiritually first before it becomes physical, all right? And you guys are both very aligned. You guys are both in your elements. It is a wish fulfillment. It is a heart's desire that you're having to reel in, because it's not from this world. Like, this level of connection is not from this world. Very different from any of the earthly relationships that you've encountered in the past. Very different. I'm gonna see if there's anything else that wants to come in for this, because I'm getting ready to wrap this reading up. So, very interesting. Again, I didn't want to do I didn't want to do a love reading. Page of Pentacles again? Let's see here. So, okay, so that makes a lot more sense. Okay, so I'm gonna move this camera slightly. Okay, so you see how we go from this, sorry, I can't tell if you can see that. So we go from the Seven of Swords to Justice. Wherever there's been deception or underhanded energies, undercurrent energies, or just whatever happens on a subliminal level, whatever happens behind closed doors, whatever happens in the darkness, hidden, is going to be brought into light. There's justice coming in for any injustice. There's justice coming in for any deception, okay? For any time that you felt like you were stuck in your head or stuck in illusion, there is like a significant like moving on from that. Like, if you ever felt like you were kind of like stuck in the mind space, a lot of like negative voices, a lot of mental noise, feeling entrapped in your own mind, right? Underneath illusions, underwater. Like, if you've ever felt like any of these last connections or any of these last lessons placed you in this energy, you're coming out of it. Again, Five of Swords in the reverse, the Moon in the reverse, you're coming out of the illusion, you're coming out of being stuck in the mind space. You're also coming out of your comfort zone in this long healing cycle. Like, look how, like, these are both very passive cards, okay? She's, like, at home in her comfort zone, and she's, like, in this healing place. Like, usually this one's portrayed as, like, a grave. Like, she's in her own coffin, resting. And here it shows, like, the card a little bit different, but it's, like, it's both, like, very passive and very much within. So you're getting out of a healing cycle, and you're also getting out of your comfort zone. So if you feel like you've been in a place for too long, or if you've been held back, or kind of just, like, you feel like not a lot has been changing in certain areas of your life, you're getting out of this comfort zone and this healing place. Wherever there was confusion, wherever there was illusion, there is clarity coming in. Okay, so look how we go from the Two of Swords to the King of Swords. King of Swords can see everything clearly. He's up on a mountain. He has all his guides keeping an eye out for him, and he's on top of the mountain. Two swords signifying communication, clarity, logic, awareness, insight, right? Versus the Two of Swords, right? Being blindfolded, mental noise, feeling tied up, feeling stuck in the mind, space, not knowing which way to go, being in darkness, right? So we go from the Two of Swords to the King of Swords. So it's a beautiful clarification. So it just shows the evolution of the cards. From the Page of Pentacles to the Five of Pentacles in the reverse. Whatever foundation you've been building on is going to take you out of any scarcity you faced. Your foundation, Pisces, I don't know how many times I have to say this, but it's been coming up in so many readings that your foundation, again, not saying you should or anything like that, but the way that it's been advised by Spirit is that your foundation should be your priority. And again, not saying you should or anything, like, don't do anything that I say unless you feel aligned with it, but the way that Spirit has been showcasing the foundation is that many people can come and go out of your life. Many lessons, many environments, many dynamics can unfold in your life that can really take you into places of scarcity, into places of feeling like locked outside in the cold, into places of instability, even financial for some of you. And you can't risk that. And Spirit is asking you to build your foundation so strong right now, because if your energy and your focus is on your foundation, all of these things are just going to fall into place. Like, this divine counterpart is just going to align with you because you're already on the path and on your way to your destiny, right? So if your foundation is strong, doesn't matter what kind of people, what kind of places, what kind of circumstances come into your life, they're not going to destabilize you. You're not going to fall apart. You're not going to go into a downward spiral just because somebody came in and did something to you or acted out of character. It's not going to matter because your foundation is going to hold you strong. You see how she's on one foot, but she's rooted and she's grounded? It's like your foundation will hold you strong through anything that happens in your life. So yes, your foundation is legit going to take you out of scarcity. So if you've experienced any kind of poverty, any kind of scarcity, any kind of delays, or feeling like you're left out in the cold, establishing your foundation and building upon your foundation right now is straight up automatically going to take you out of the scarcity. So much emphasis on the foundation, Pisces. I don't know what to say. Like, this can be a love reading, but your foundation comes before that. Because if your foundation is set, whenever this connection comes in, it just clicks right in. It just meshes really well. It just works well together. But if you have things here that are falling out of place, if your foundation doesn't feel stable or grounded, it can be the right person at the wrong time. So whoever this is and whoever this reading is for, this connection is out of this earth, okay? That's why you feel like you've never had anything like it before. You feel a longing because you've had it before. And that's how you know that this kind of love is possible, okay? So don't settle, don't hold back. This divine connection, this divine counterpart is going to be coming in for you. You have an Ace of Cups, new beginning in love. However, you're being encouraged to continue working on your foundation no matter what, because once your foundation is strong, this person can just connect and come into your existence, and you guys can work very well together. 28:48 on the clock if you're into numerology. But yes, Pisces, this is all I have for this reading. If you would like a personal reading, the information is in the description box below. But this is all I have, Pisces. Blessings. Take care.